Welcome to the MoneyShow.com video network. My guest today is Lane Mendelson. Welcome, Lane.
Thanks, Tom.
Well, social networking, keeps growing and growing. I know I have a college-age son who his whole life and all of his friends' life revolves around Facebook. I have lots of colleagues in the business world or LinkedIn. But you have an interesting, you've broadened that out to involve traders. So with your site, tell me about it and what your goal is.
Sure, Tom. The site is TraderPlanet.com, and the goal with the site was to take the social media technology that was really popularized by the younger generation, as you said, on a Facebook or MySpace, and make it more niche, so that instead of having people's discussions revolve around what color should I dye my hair or what should I name my dog, the discussions are more focused on what's happening in today's economy, what should I do with the money that I have left, what broker is giving the best rates and the best advice at this time. And that's really helped traders and investors to not have to weed through all the extraneous discussion and get right to the information that they're looking for.
So this is for both traders and investors?
It's for traders and investors, Tom, and from what I've seen, the lines have been blurred now between the term traders and investors, and I think people who were previously considered quote-unquote investors, they could now be considered traders, actually. So by having a site that caters to both populations, I think that the investors benefit from the people who are traders, and the traders benefit from the people who are investors.
So most of these traders and investors are in the U.S.?
Well, we've seen that on TraderPlanet.com. There are about 91 different countries now represented. And being that we're in a global economy, I don't know where else an individual investor in New York City trading the U.S. equities would be able to see what other people are doing in other countries and other economies, what the DAX is doing, what the Nikkei is doing, what the Hang Seng is doing. All these other economies do impact what's happening here in the U.S., and if you don't have that scope, I think you really have got a blind spot.
So what kind of, maybe give me sort of an example. So let's say, I'm a member of the site and I'm an equity trader. If somebody from Indonesia or Japan, they might throw a chart of the Nikkei up there and say, look what happened here, the Nikkei, or look what happened to the dollar yen. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that, and I think that we all know that intermarket analysis is key these days. You have to be analyzing not just what's happening in markets that you're involved with, but also in other markets that can impact and really drive the market you're involved with. So what I've seen is not only do you have people comparing markets that have strong correlations or inverse correlations, but what you also have is you have people starting to diversify. And people who were previously narrowly focused on U.S. equities, for example, are now looking and saying, well, if there are other opportunities in other economies or in commodities or currencies, then I'd be open to that. So you have a lot of diversification happening, and I think through the mentoring and through the collaboration that I've seen on TraderPlanet.com, it really fosters that type of a feeling and that type of a community which provides for that.
Yeah, I would think the mentoring, that's always been, going back to the 20s, was traders had successful mentors and mentors and that whole philosophy. So I think this would lend itself well to that.
Yeah, I think mentoring is key. The thing that really can make or break it, Tom, is whether or not the mentor that you're receiving your mentorship from has some sort of ulterior motive or hidden agenda. And on TraderPlanet.com, you have really a high caliber of people on there. And we've worked very hard to moderate the site so that what you have there is you have unbiased editorial type content that is being shared, and you don't have to worry about, is this person trying to get me to trade this because they have some sort of ulterior motive? Is it a broker who just wants me to trade? And so what you have is you have more of a feeling of trust happening. And when you have that feeling of trust, you can really take that information that you're learning, take that mentorship that you're receiving, and put it to work for you.
All right, great. Well, thank you very much, Lane.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
And thank you for watching the MoneyShow.com video network.